Cool, huh?
That was awesome.
I mean, technology is working on our side this time, dude.
It is. It's like you figured out all the bells and whistles.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of, I guess this is going to be Bits and Chunks. Sure, why
That's
not?
right. That's right. That's it.
I'd like to thank you all for dropping by. And any new listeners and subscribers, welcome to Cinematic Suffering. I know we picked up quite a few from the last video and podcast that we did on the Terrifier series. So thank you. Welcome for coming back. That's
welcome. Thank you.
That's
thank
English.
You, Art the Clown, for giving us that little boost. Thank you. Thank you, Art.
Yeah. So before we jump into this, make sure you like, subscribe on YouTube, comment below your thoughts and feelings on what we have to say, and maybe we'll repeat what your hideous lines are on our next episode. And if you're on Spotify or Apple, please make sure you follow and leave a rating there. Hopefully a 5-star rating. But
that's it. Five or six stars.
Clay, we've got some cool stuff coming up. I feel that we now have a new number to call in. So if viewers want to leave voicemails for us, they can easily do that now. We might have interviews coming up. We're going to be playing. So I'm very excited for this new direction we're taking.
Yeah, we are just busting with ideas, and I feel like we're just now hitting our stride. So glad to have you along.
Right. So I guess starting out here, we're going to do a new bit on Bits and Chunks where we're just going to watch movie trailers of horror movies. Now, the people who are at home that don't have a visual guide for this will be very in depth in our descriptions of what we're seeing. So even you at home can say, "Oh, it's like I'm there in this movie right now."
Feel like I'm in the trailer with them.
Yeah. So what we did was, Clay, you had mentioned, hey, let's just give each other trailers. And I've seen the trailers that I'm referencing, and Clay has seen the trailers he's referencing. And these are just going to be our surprise first takes. Except
some of them I haven't even watched. I've watched just enough to know, okay, we need to watch this.
Okay, so some of them you haven't watched. Yeah,
some of them I have no idea.
Okay, so I've seen like most of these all the way through of mine, but so let's go ahead and start with our first one. It's called Werewolves, and this one has already come out. It says it's 2024. Maybe I don't know when it's going to be released.
I haven't checked. I think it has yet to come out.
Okay, well let's see. Let's go and I'm going to present for you, and not in a weird, odd, sexual way either.
Zip.
And there's our Werewolves trailer. We're going to make sure we get that audio going. I'm going to share that screen.
I can't wait. Wait.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I? Okay, here we go. Let me push that back a little bit. Let me get it. Oh, here we go. That's even better. What about that?
Tasty.
Right. Let me know if you can't hear it. I'm going to turn up the little volume. And here we go. Werewolves 2024. It says Frank Grillo. I'm assuming that's the director.
Bite me. Ha ha.
Oh, this is the official trailer.
Yeah, you don't want to get one of those bootleg trailers.
No.
The casserole be hot, Susan.
Oh, this is just like the opening of Scream. Oh, maybe not.
Do you like shitty movies?
Okay, so 1 year ago, Supermoon turned millions of people into werewolves because that's what supermoons do.
It's like COVID, but for werewolves.
Yeah.
I've got Alpo.
It's happening again. I want tummy rub.
Uncle Wes, why can't you stay?
They need me to help them try and stop this. We're the only family we have left.
We got this.
Cody! What are you doing, man? You should kill somebody.
We are all soldiers now.
Tonight, when that
his face after that, it seemed a little unsure of what he was saying.
We have a 9-hour window to test and report our findings.
You know it's going to be good if the diamond's in it.
Can be blocked.
Let's go over the rules.
Don't open the door for anyone.
Okay, so don't open the door for anyone.
Don't pass win.
Good luck tonight.
Oh, it's La Bamba. That would be James Edward Diamond Phillips. Is
Ooh, look at that. I bet you can't do that.
I can go, ooh, get my neck thing. Go,
Rictus. This is what happens when you take too much weight, Gainer.
Yeah. That's too much beefiness, dude.
Those things are coming for us.
I'm too ripped, too shredded.
You will hide.
I'm here.
They will hunt you down.
Bite me.
Yes. I've got to see it just for that line.
Yeah, that's Frank Grillo's starring in this masterpiece.
Okay.
The Frank Grillo. And Boogity Werewolf. No. Oh, that looked rubbery as hell.
Werewolves. Werewolves movie. Oh, this got the stink of Frank Grillo all over it.
It does, yeah. It's
Okay.
It's a Frank Grillo film through and through. Who is Frank Grillo again?
I mean, he's in Werewolves, duh.
He is. He's starring in the damn thing. That thing has the pungent reek of a sci-fi movie all over it, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It reminds me of like I Am Legend, but with werewolves. Oh no. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is going on here?
Oh no, you don't,
Let's
Check.
close that. All right. So next up on the list, I'm going to play one of your, and I'm going to start with Cellar Door. This is one that
Okay.
Clay has picked out. I have not watched this one, so we're going to go and present the Cellar Door here. Let's see.
See what's what. Cellar Door, 2024.
So do we know if this movie's out yet? Or
I don't believe so.
Jordana Brewster and Scott Speedman are in this.
Star-studded.
D-lister. I mean,
We are going to find the perfect house and live the life of our dreams.
I'm going to recommend
Scotty
you
Speed!
speak to a friend.
Oh,
If there's anybody who can help you, it's Emmett Claymore.
the Emmett Claymore?
The Emmett Claymore, inventor of the cotton gin.
Oh, yes. I think that was Eli Whitney, but what do I
Oh.
know?
You decided to come.
Hey,
Oh,
look at-
Lawrence
look at
Fishburne?
who's-
This is my wife, Sarah.
Look at whose grandbabies need that college tuition
What if
money.
this house were yours?
Sorry, I don't follow.
Let's forget the financial facts for a moment, and just for the sake of argument,
He sounds like he's
can a
drunk.
house-
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's like, are you shit-faced during this movie, Lawrence?
Dear John and Sarah, it's clear you seek a new beginning, and I'd like to
I
help.
was
This
fucking
house
Morpheus, but they
represents a
didn't
path
want me
I
back.
left behind.
I took
I'd like
too
to
much
give
of
the
that
house
blue
to you.
pill.
With one simple
They
condition.
said I was too old and fat.
Open the cellar door.
Well, if they don't have the key to the cellar door, then they can't
He's
get in.
giving us this house.
Well, nothing more for it.
Movie
We're
done.
never opening that.
But this is what we've always wanted. We can be really happy here.
Scotty Speed, though, from
This place is
those
incredible.
Kate
Thank you.
Beckinsale
I
vampire
forgot what was
movies,
in the
Underworld.
Oh.
Life is good.
Yep.
I don't need
Well,
to love this.
I think
You
you
know
wanna
he's
look.
qualified
I think
then.
you can't help yourself.
You must be the new neighbor. I hope you guys stick around.
I don't know,
Jordana
Jason,
Brewster.
like,
What?
you know, attractive, nearing middle-aged couple moving into a house, and it might be haunted.
the
I
first
don't,
people
this
who've
is
done this to
pretty
We could lose
groundbreaking
everything.
stuff.
Do you really want that?
I don't really see. I mean, there's got to be so many twists and turns.
Wife and daughter just disappeared.
Oh, they've
God,
oh,
he's drinking in real time in this thing.
they're gonna have an actual research period during this movie where they have to figure out what's going on by going into the library.
And I bet there's going to be exposition and
Stay here.
backstory.
We gotta get out.
The house. It has its secrets.
Sex dungeon.
Ooh, she was peeling them panties right off.
I'm trying to protect you. Looking into a missing persons report.
All you had to do was just stay away.
They-
I like it when a trailer tells you nothing about the movie.
You know what they say
Yeah.
about old houses? They all have their deep, dark secrets.
Oh, that is what they say.
And this one's got a cast of fine age scotch in the basement.
Well, I mean, that looks like a pure winner. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing
that
that.
looks like an utter piece of dog shit. I mean, adjust the chair. Sorry, everybody.
I
For
will
those
have
of
to
you listening. You don't care.
I will have to say that I was very pleasantly pleased to see Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes, yes.
Or
Drunk as he might have been in the
looks like he
trailer.
trashed the entire time. So let's go ahead and jump over to one of mine.
All right, I can't wait.
This one, I'm going to go ahead.
Nosferatu.
Not the Nosferatu. I actually want to see that one.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we'll-
that one looks actually good.
And let's see. We're going to share my screen. We're going to pop this one up. This one's going to be a true treat, I believe.
I can't wait. Screen
Clay,
vote.
Clay, this one's called Screamboat.
Screamboat 2025. Killer Steamboat Willie. Oh, this whole universe is unfurling before us, isn't it?
It is. It is. It turns out that since that copyright went out for Mickey Mouse, at least Steamboat Willie, then all caution has been thrown out of it.
All bets are off.
Here we go. It's only 45 seconds.
It's a teaser trailer.
I heard stories
I'll kill you, bitch.
about a monster that lurked in the underbelly of the ferry.
From the producers of
For
Terrifier
90
2.
years. He's actually out.
From we can't believe that.
Steamboat Willie.
From we can't believe you pay for this either. Enterprises. Is he masturbating? What's happening?
And we see the silhouette of a mouse-like creature.
Yes. You didn't get to see much for those listening. It was kind of a teaser trailer. People are on a boat, and there's a Mickey Mouse looking type of character. So.
All right. Well, that was Screamboat Willie. Or just Screamboat. I'm just calling it Screamboat Willie. All right, Clay, we're going to go to one of yours. This one's called Never Let Go. It looks like a 2024. It stars Holly or Haley.
Holly Berry. Looks to be, well, we'll watch it and then we'll tell you what it looks to be.
All right, let's see what's going on here. We'll go and share the screen. And see that I'm getting so used to this technology now. It's just seamless.
I know you're like you're playing producer and podcaster here. It's a lot to ask.
I don't know how I do it, man. I've got so many hats on. Not right now. I've just got one.
Right now, you just got one on.
Yeah, but I usually do wear more than one, maybe 2, 3. All right, here we go. Never Let Go, 2024 official trailer. Holly Berry.
One touch without a rope is all it takes. Never let go.
Hey, it said the trailer was starting now, just to let you know.
Mama, remember that movie where you banged Sling Blade?
Yes. Swordfish. No, that wasn't it.
There was a mother and her 2 sons. And nothing could hurt them as long as they stay connected to their home.
I guess the dog doesn't get a name, whatever.
It's like, can I recite my lines any more monotone?
Yes. So
I know this life's been hard on you boys since the world ended.
The world ended?
Don't feed the dog. We're not the only ones starving.
But the evil out there is clever.
That sounds like Clever Evil. Werewolves.
Do they have to talk like Gone from the Wind extras just because the world's ended?
I'm sorry, I heard howls and automatically thought werewolves. Of course they're not werewolves.
More werewolves. I saw something going grr.
All right, so a young kid just broke his ankle and
Notice anything?
his rope broke.
They have to wear ropes for some reason, the twins.
From the producer of Stranger Things.
Maybe it's safe to leave.
That's what it wants you to think.
Well, that's their mistake for tying the rope to the well. Why would they do that?
I don't know. Seems to be some logistical problems here.
Never let go.
I mean, this looks promising though. I'd see this. Actually, I'd see all of these. But...
Oh yeah, for good or ill.
Yeah.
I don't have many clever quips on this one. It looks like it could be okay.
I sense demonic children for sure.
Yeah, it seems to be kind of your typical don't breathe or no, what's the what's the current one?
The Quiet Place?
Quiet Place kind
or
of.
What's that one we saw where the
Arcadian?
Arcadian, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it reminds me a lot of Arcadian. Single parent trying to take care of kids in the post-apocalypse, and there's something outside that's trying to chew them up.
Right. Okay, so next up in our trailer dive here, we're going to watch The Invisible Raptor.
Oh,
official trailer 2024. It's got Sean Astin in it.
It's the best way to save on effects.
Let's see. I think the best way to save on this whole movie was just not to have anyone visible.
Yeah, I know. Just the Invisible movie.
Let's see. The Invisible Raptor. Let's go bring this sucker up. All right, here we go. 2 minutes and 31 seconds.
Oh my God. Oh.
Okay, we got the kid. I don't know what happened there.
Yes.
Humanly possible.
Fresh off his stardom from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I'm a paleontologist.
So was Stranger Things before Lord of the Rings?
No, it was not.
Oh, okay.
Things seem to be going well.
Maybe
You'll notice he's a lot older and a lot less thin.
You got a 1059.
It means we got an invisible raptor, you bitch.
What are you, stupid?
On the loose.
Get the crap out your
Should
ears.
be on the lookout for LL Cool J or Tone Loc.
Okay, no.
Well, this movie feels like it's having some fun.
Yeah.
An invisible raptor.
Ah.
airtight to me.
Oh. Hey, that's that lady from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Her career's taking a turn. She must have been hitting the sauce.
Predator
Yeah.
that suppressed 65 million years of gut instinct.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're going to tell why it's invisible, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Let's hunt us an invisible raptor.
There's new sheriffs in town.
This looks positively horrible.
Yeah.
Hold on to your butthole.
I would I don't know if I'd watch this with anyone, to be honest with you.
No, it's kind of like,
We don't like
How much longer is
invisible
this
things in
trailer?
our house.
Still another minute.
no, God, you're kidding. This is terrible.
Why do I have this feeling that Sean Astin is just going to like be sitting behind that desk the entire time while the other actors kind of do everything else?
Yeah, something tells me that he was begged and pleaded to be in this. Well,
It's kind of like,
totally visible raptor right in the end there.
Did you see Jurassic Park?
Yes.
We did that.
But how did you make it invisible?
Did you see the invisible man?
Stop. Don't say anything. I hate spoilers.
You know what I like about funny movies is when they're not funny at all. That's kind of
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
jokes were really bad.
it's
Well,
really
I
just the
think
jugular.
I think that kind of does it, right?
Well, I don't know. I had like 10 more. No.
Oh God.
We can stop. I think that's enough trailer action for tonight for sure.
Well,
for
yeah,
today.
we got plenty more for next time, y'all.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think, I guess.
Yeah. If you saw any of these movies, please let us know in the comments or
Yes.
call up our number that we'll be presenting earlier. You can leave us the voicemails.
Totally real number, by the way.
Yeah.
You can call. So what all have you been up to, Jason?
Well, I not much. I did see a couple of movies. I saw The Watchers. It was streaming on Max, formerly HBO, and that is an M. Night Shyamalan joint.
Okay.
Which was fucking horrible. And then I saw Beetlejuice.
How was that?
It was meh. That's what it was.
Yeah. Let me guess. They like all of the charm and kind of irreverence of the first one was either reiterated or like
stomped on and crushed
distilled.
into the vinyl boots of Danny Elfman and what's his name? it was it had some promising moments in Beetlejuice, and then there's like several plot points that just really went nowhere and then were resolved so quickly. You just wonder why they're in there in the first place. I think my biggest one of my biggest issues with it was this isn't a spoiler. Everyone knows that the dad in this movie, Jeffrey Jones, is killed or he's dead. But they spent an inordinate amount of time discussing his death, how the mom is still in love with him. They did a whole claymation thing of Jeffrey Jones and
Like it
travel.
looked like him and
It
everything.
looked like him and everything.
Oh God.
And I'm just sitting there. I think my partner and I just sitting there going, why are they concentrating? They could have just said he died, and that's all we needed to know.
Yeah. He's dead to us and he's dead to the audience. Let's move on.
We know. Well, I had no interest in what happened to this dude. I was more interested in what happened to the Maitlands. What happened to him?
Yeah.
They
No.
were written off in one little line. They
Yeah.
didn't bother to do a claymation thing of them. They didn't bother to maybe go a little bit further into where they went or why they're not there. They just did a little bit of dialogue and that's it. Don't hear anything about the Maitlands the entire time. So I was,
the emotional center of the first movie.
Right.
Let's ignore that.
Yeah, it was totally ignored and bypassed. So I won't say anything else. I don't think that's spoiler territory, but yeah, there's some cool little parts within it. Cool little musical number. But other than that, it was meh. I give it like out of 10, maybe 4.5 stars.
Yeah, it was. My conversation with my partner is like, "You want to go see Beetlejuice?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "I don't know why I asked. I don't either."
I think we did it. I think we just went to go see it because for one, it was our anniversary. It was like our 8th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congrats!
Yeah, thank you. And then we didn't want to hand out candy to kids, so we just left the house and went to go see the
movie. You could leave a sign on the door that says, "Sorry, we have Jeff Jones type problems. Don't come near our door."
Yeah. Oh God. Still confounds, but yeah, that's I mean, other than doing vending stuff, we vending events. We're doing another like blasphemy in LA next weekend, so
cool.
That'll be pretty fun.
Those going well? You making some scratch on the
making
side?
a little extra money on the side. So
that's what it's about, man. Those secondary income streams. I was actually looking at videos for ideas, and none of them seem to appeal.
Oh, you don't want to make like a little stained glass clovers and heat them up and
lame. It's like, yeah. Well, now it's like, you could do sketchbook covers and sell them on Etsy. It's like you can fuck off.
Well, maybe that's something you can do. Is just fucking off.
Yeah, I'm a professional fucker offer.
So what did you wind up doing on your Halloween day thing?
I bought the latest Halloween centric video game, that Ash versus Evil Dead / Halloween from Retro Realms. I've been playing that. That's been a lot of fun. It's like if Super Mario was Ash from the Evil Dead, and that's kind of what it's like. It's a 16-bit inspired platformer. And it's fun because the graphics are like pixel art, but it's stuff that they could obviously never do back in the day, like killer soundtrack, lots of kind of what would you call it, like lots of special effects, like post-production type special effects, like you'll kill one of the enemies and blood will run down the screen like in your screen, like it looks like it's actually, and no, it's a lot of fun. You just do classic platforming stuff and make people explode into jelly, and with Ash's chainsaw hand. So it's good.
Yeah, when you mentioned that, I was like, I don't think I had heard of it coming out. I'm not a big retro gamer like that anymore.
Yeah.
So I thought at first you were talking about the Evil Dead survival game.
I didn't care for that one.
Yeah, the one where you get chased by the entity or whatever, and you have to fight off deadites with a group of people. It's sort of like Dead by Daylight ish. But which I played and I didn't like it too much, so I've lost about $25 on that one. But
oh, that sucks. Yeah, I got the free PlayStation Plus, which PlayStation needs needs to get kicked right in the cooch for they give you 3 free games every month, and inevitably it's 3 of the most garbage games imaginable. And as soon as like the Ash versus Evil Dead player base was fallen off. They gave that one away for free. I have never uninstalled a game faster in my life. I think the only thing that I've uninstalled faster is that shitty Metal Slug game that came out not long ago. That thing sucked eggs too. So
Yeah, I had no interest in playing that one either.
no, I'm still nostalgic for stuff, so that's why I like to play some of those platformers. So.
Yeah, there's a cool game that's I downloaded the demo. It's called Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days. Kind of a goofy ass title for it, but it's kind of like, I don't know if you played this game called This War of Mine. And it's not really a side scroller, but it's like a side. It's not a first person. It's definitely side scrolling.
Okay,
but it's a survival game, and you gotta build up your base and go out and steal products and just make things just to survive through the night against in this game it's going to be against zombies and stuff. So
I saw the trailer for that. Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
it looked pretty fun.
yeah, and I downloaded the demo, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. If that's just the demo, I'm really anxious to see what the full game's going to be like. So I did wish list it on my Steam account.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I got the newest Space Marine game, and I've just barely
you?
scratched the surface of that one. It's a lot like it's made by the same people that did that World War Z. So you have just huge amounts of Tyranids in this one.
Yeah.
Like I didn't play it too much. It feels video games are so repetitive now. Everything is just it's just an iteration of something that you've already played.
Yeah, I have Space Marine as well, and I like horde based games. I love World War Z. I really enjoyed that one a lot. Of course, Vermintide 2 is a horde based game based in the Warhammer Fantasy universe. So I did enjoy the first Space Marine. I didn't play it that much. I think I got it on sale like about 2 years ago for like $10 or something.
Yeah,
I played that, had a good time with it, and then this one it's hard for me to get adjusted to it because it's some of the mechanics are a little tricky, so I have to like remap some keys and because I have a set map for how I play these horde games, and I remap everything the same. So because most of the keys are really kind of the same. There's like a template, your quick switch and your grenades, they're all set pretty much the same across all platforms. So
it's like FPS games, like you want to just go by muscle memory and like, okay, I know that I run this way, I crouch this way, I jump this way. I don't want to have to relearn everything.
Yeah, so that's what I did with Space Marine 2, and it worked for a little bit until they started adding more like combo mechanics in, and then I was like, well, I'll just keep shooting things blindly and running out of ammunition and getting overwhelmed by Tyranids.
I just keep mashing stuff until everybody is reduced to pink paste.
Yeah, I did manage to set off on a goal for Baldur's Gate 3. I know it's not a horror movie or a horror game or sci-fi, but it's Baldur's Gate 3. I've loved, and I've raved about it before, but I finally completed all the achievements in it, 100% achievement across the board, and I'm very happy I got that out of the way. And the honor mode was like the most difficult. So I may have told you I might have discussed this on another previous version. But
I don't think we've discussed it on the podcast.
Yeah, I must have studied, like if I studied like I did in school, like I did with BG3 in the honor mode, then I probably would be like a physicist or something by now.
I mean, like when I was truly addicted to StarCraft 2, I would have dreams about build orders and like hotkeys and stuff. It was just a sickness. And like I was obsessed with that game. And I have never gotten worse at something the more I've done it.
Yeah.
At StarCraft 2. Like I would just I remember this one guy just beat my ass one time, and I'd been playing the hell out of it for years. And he said, this was him, not me. He said, like, I beat the hell out of you, and this is the first day I picked up this game. You must have down. And I think my keyboard just exploded into pieces. I was just raging so hard at this guy.
Oh yeah.
How dare you insult Downs people like that?
Oh, that's great. I know it's. Yeah, online is crazy. I remember you used to rage all the time. You'd post about it. I would laugh at how angry you would get at that damn game.
Yeah, like genuinely in the moment. Like I used to sit there with just my half glass of bourbon, just
Yeah.
straight bourbon, no ice, and a beer, and just get totally hammered and play the game shittier and shittier and shittier. And
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
and in this obsessive cycle and just lose game after game
yeah.
after game.
It's so crazy. Any game I play, the longer I play, the worse I'm going to get. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you start off, you do a little warm up, and then suddenly you hit peak performance, and then after like another hour or so, you just start declining and getting your ass destroyed all the time. So yeah,
I don't get it. I mean, it's like, I know we're way off the horror movie topic, but like, before that, I was playing Cuphead, and it's like, it's a beautiful game artistically. It's just amazing, but it's like, why am I putting myself through this? This is just an absolutely punitive experience.
Yeah, I feel you, man. It's like you want to play games to relax, and I think to relax, I relax to a point. I want to be challenged as well, so I kind of balance the two as much as possible. I don't want to play a game and it's so easy that I just cruise by it. So
yeah, it's like you feel like it's a double waste of your time. That's the thing about that Evil Dead game, is that it's hard up until the boss, and then the bosses are kind of a joke. Like I've beaten every boss on the second try.
Oh yeah. Is there like a hard mode or challenge mode on there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think that.
I always try it for a little bit, see if I can do it. But I guess let's jump on to
Sure.
another topic that I shared my letterbox with you.
Yeah, and I hooked up. I got an account as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can add friends on there or not. I haven't seen any way to do that, but sometimes I just screen cap what I've seen over the month or whatever, and I'll like maybe post it on social media. And one of the things I know you noticed was that I had watched the Uzumaki.
Yeah, I was wondering how you like that.
This is probably something I probably would have never watched if it wasn't for my partner. Because I am not an anime fan at all. I don't, I like comics. I don't like anime all that much though. So she mentioned it. She's read the manga and wanted to see, hey, let's watch the series, and I think you'll enjoy it. And I did. I really enjoyed the hell out of it. It made no fucking sense. By the end of the series, I was like, I don't know what happened, but it was cool. There's some cool transformations and some good cool body horror kind of stuff. This is the animation, but I did mention this animation, but you mentioned that there was a live action version.
Yeah, and I think that you would probably enjoy that one a little bit more. Maybe I haven't watched the anime one. IGN, which it's, you can kind of, people have their opinions about IGN. IGN gave it like a 5. They said that it just totally, like, it started strong, and then the animation quality went down according to them, and that it was just as bad. It just was bad by the end. So I can't confirm or deny that, but I loved the original 2001. I don't know that it's aged that well, because there was some CGI in it that probably has not aged well, but it was, you can find it. It's called The Spiral in some ways that it was distributed, but it was 2000. They had to change some things because just budget restraints, but there were some moments in that it was well cast, and there were some weird, creepy, kind of off-putting stuff in it, and it was I think what worked about Uzumaki is that it takes a very common shape that you're going to see everywhere, and after you watch the movie or read the manga, you're going to start seeing spirals everywhere. They become very ubiquitous, and it turns it into this evil, cursed thing. So it's a very simple premise that works. Junji Ito is good at creating those kind of stories. I haven't dug into it too much, but I got one of his mangas right here.
Oh, Ramina,
yeah, it's a collection of short stories. Beautiful artwork. It's just beautiful line work. He's kind of like the Japanese Stephen King, if Stephen King were a cartoonist.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to check that out. Did they have the Tornado Boys in there?
They had some stuff kind of like that. Like I said, that the budget limitations kind of meant that they had to do things with practical effects, and a lot of those Japanese horror movies from that era tried to kind of like overcome their lean budget with a lot of weirdness and camera trickery and stuff. But there's some moments that are pretty damn good in that, and it was all the performance of it, and a lot of the crunchy gooey sounds, and just the what the hell is happening
What's going on
quality
here?
of the
Yeah.
it had a very weird other word. It kind of like it's kind of what The Substance did right. You know how they had that odd otherworldly. They used a lot of strange camera angles that kind of made you feel like, you know, like you're almost walking through a dream. It was pretty good.
Okay, cool. I have to put that on a list and check it out. I don't think she's seen it. Like I said, she read the manga. And we watched the show, and then she's like, "Oh, this is only like going to be like 4 episodes because they're already heading towards the end on this." She knew everything the step of the way, so I think it was like a shot for shot of the manga itself. So
It sounds like it's almost like a motion comic of the manga.
yeah, I think that's what it was, because I've seen the actual manga and it looks exactly like it. So it's just in movement. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it didn't make any sense to me. But I sound like an old curmudgeon. Everything's got to make sense. But literally every episode going to the next, I'm like, well, what? Why don't they just leave? Why are they staying in this town? And then it's later revealed that they can't leave. But,
one of my favorite, and I looked around for it, I could not find it. It's in my collection somewhere, manga that he did, and they did an anime of it. It was called Gaio, and that was a very simple plot of these. I think that they were college kids that were out kind of in a cabin, and the fish from the the bay start to attack them, but they're weird and mutated and have and skitter around on legs that are, that shouldn't be. It was very weird, but simple, kind of plot, very Kingian kind of setup. It was fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rad, man. I like that a lot. What else has gone into the news? The great Tony Todd has passed away.
Oh yeah. Rip. R.I.P. That was Candyman. The most recent thing that I've enjoyed him in, it was the voice of Venom in the Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
It's very video game centric episode, but I thought he was really good in that. There were a lot of people that bitched about I hate this word as wokeness. I fucking hate that word. It makes me vomit in my mouth when people say it and I hear it, but a lot of people complained about that, but I was like, it's a Spider-Man game. It's going to be the most politically correct mainstream thing imaginable. Like, what are you complaining about?
Yeah, you hoping the KKK is going to swoop in there on super capes and take all the white people to safety? Is that? That's what I keep thinking when people say that shit. It's like it's too woke. I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
I kind of
maybe that's an issue for another episode, but it's like,
we could probably definitely go on a tangent on that. But I enjoyed that game, and Tony Todd wasn't in it a bunch, but I think he recorded a lot of dialogue for the subsequent Venom game that hasn't been released yet. And that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw some things on IMDb that he still has some items in post production that haven't been released as yet. I was surprised. I was watching again, going back to video games, the new Indiana Jones game that's coming out next year sometime, and I was just watching the trailer for it, and Tony Todd's in it. There's a screen motion capture of him as some kind of demonic thing, but I was like, holy shit, that's Tony Todd. So
yeah, he was. I mean, the dude got a lot of work back in the day. If you're a nerd, you saw him in Star Trek a lot. He was in Tom Savini's
the remake
of the of the Walking Night of the Living Dead. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's another movie I just love. I love the original, of course, but I love Tom Savini's version of it too. I think it takes Barbara into a whole much better direction than the original one. But,
that was a fun one.
Yeah. So rip Tony Todd. I'm gonna see if we have anything else on here that.
What else has been happening?
You said you went to a movie fest.
Oh, too. There's this Atlanta, what do they call it? The Crazy Movie Society. It was these folks that put on movie night, and there was 4 movies playing, and it was great because it was little, kind of little theater, and they just curated these 4 crazy movies. We couldn't stay for all of them because the seats were like torture devices.
Yeah.
But and yeah, what can you do? We're in our 50s. It's like, you want to leave now, and then we can sit on get in our own comfortable couch. But the
Yeah.
2 movies that we did see, and I loved them both, were Haunted Ween was the first one, and Demon Wind was the next one that I watched. And I liked Haunted Ween the best. It was basically, the setup was these college dorks, these fraternity
Yeah.
D-bags at this Kentucky school need to raise money, so they put on a haunted house, and then the serial killer guy comes in and starts killing people for real. And it's one of those, this isn't fake, everybody, what are we gonna do? And it's just ridiculous. It was like this like classic bad movie, so bad it's good kind of thing. Have you seen it, Abby?
I've seen it, yeah, and I absolutely loved it. You know, in a bad love kind of way. It's so bad to watch, but it's cool. It's like a batter up, dude.
Oh yeah, that's a classic scene. And and I'm sure other people have pointed this out, but I like how chainsaws cut halfway through necks, and baseball bats decapitate you with one swing.
Oh man, those I love those movies. It's so cool that they put those on at a small little fest like that.
Oh yeah.
Was it just one theater, or were there multiple theaters?
No, it was just one theater, and they just played them consecutively. And he had some bumpers in between the movies of vintage, cartoons from the 60s and 70s. It was fun.
Okay. That's cool. And you said you saw Demon Wind.
Demon Wind was the next one, which I haven't looked at any backstory for that, but that movie seemed like they just went to the special effects school and told the and told the graduating seniors, you can we need monsters for this movie, and they said, well, okay, but we're doing what we want. It's like, okay, but we don't need a guy with an alien Star Trek face. It's like, well, that's all that's my final. That's what you get.
Yeah.
So it's just lousy with monsters, but it's almost like the film doesn't deserve its monsters. It was just tons of demons in it, but the actual movie around it was almost so bad that you couldn't really get into it. The actors were just interesting to look at, but not really great actors. Some odd cinematic choices, like everybody was just face, just
a cam full of face. Yeah,
it was just this face cam the whole time. But definitely worth a watch. You get your drinking buddies together and chuckle at something, and there is some good monster payoff in it. But yes, it is an unspeakably bad movie.
I remember seeing a long time ago with my drinking buddies, and we would just ragged on it. I haven't seen it in probably 15 years though. But yeah, I definitely want to give it another try.
It's the like seeing it in a small theater full of other weirdos like us. That was what made the experience worthwhile. It kind of makes you realize what you missed from that whole awful plague that we had to live through. So.
Yeah. It's so weird that like, when you're growing up and I was growing up, that, I didn't see these. Maybe we saw these in the movie store, in the video store, but didn't pay them that much of attention. I don't know. Do you remember seeing like a case for Demon Wind in the video store?
No,
not just Demon Wind, but anything that was like that.
One of the movies that they were showing that night was called Screamies, I think. It had a cartoonist, Richard Corbin, did the cover. And that one I recognized. I'd never seen the movie, but that one looked familiar to me because I was, always a huge comic book fan, and I recognized Richard Corbin's work as this very scantily clad woman getting her dress torn by these ghoulish monsters that were in it. And the interesting backstory about that one is that they filmed the entire movies. The producers hated it. Said you need to reshoot it, and then the team that made it said, no, how about we just go home. And so that they had to hire a brand new crew to reshoot all this stuff. And they basically had 2 movies that they tried to edit together.
You don't mean the Spookies, do you?
Spookies, yes.
Spookies, yes, because it started. I was trying to look up Screaming. I was like, I can't find Screams, but I was like,
Yeah.
everything you were describing was like, that sounds like Spookies.
Sounds like Spookies. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah, no, Spookies is. I remember I hadn't seen it ever, and my partner had it on VHS, and we just had a night where we just sat on the couch and watched all these VHS movies that we had.
Cool.
And Spookies was one of those, and she popped it in, and it's so bizarre, so odd that it literally starts off with a kid dying.
Yeah.
And getting buried alive, I think, or something. I was like, oh, because I thought he was going to be our protagonist the entire time, and then nope. They
No.
bury him, and we don't see for that kid ever again. I was like, oh shit. So I don't know why that disturbed me for so long.
Well, and it was in I've watched some like I was curious because we didn't have the energy to stay, so I have watched some YouTube videos about Spookies, and it's just like it's like it was never important to the plot and never brought up again.
No, yeah. No, a lot of stuff in there was never important to the plot. It was it was just an amalgam of special effects and weird scenes and some weird Dracula like fellow and
Yeah, like almost like the Crypt Keeper type
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I only know about it almost kind of secondhand. It's one of those movies that just kind of gets into your head whether you've
Yeah.
seen it or not. It's odd if you're into those kind of movies. Certain movies are like that. Have you ever had one like that where it's like I've never seen it, but I feel like I've seen it?
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's probably because the ghoulies and critters and gremlins, and munchies. I don't know if you heard of
Yeah,
munchies.
I remember that one.
That all these things. It feels like you've seen these movies before, and then you watch them and you're like, I've never seen this before at all. This isn't what I remember.
Well, it's probably too. You watch like horror documentaries and stuff that show pieces of it and talk about the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I get it. Like The Gate was one that kind of sticks out for me, and I didn't even realize that until we rewatched it years later. That's Stephen Dorff.
Dorff, yeah.
Yeah, as a little kid, that's great.
So I guess that's all that we have on the agenda for this episode. Do you have anything else?
I got in my notes. No,
Yeah.
that's all I got in my notes. We can talk about Heretic later. I saw that over the weekend, but we're going to talk about that in a separate episode.
Yeah, I definitely want to break that down and talk about it with you because I really want to see it, and I'm hoping to see it this week. So yeah, fingers crossed on that, depending on schedules. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Bits and Chunks here on Cinematic Suffering. Just again, we do have a call-in number. We're gonna be playing some voicemails next week. Maybe next week, or I don't want to pressure us into next week. Whenever we drop another episode, we'll have the viewer call-ins, and we'll be maybe reading emails from people and maybe reviews that people have left for us. Comments, if you have comments,
drop them down there.
Yeah, but we do have a number for the show. Should we reveal the number?
Sure. I don't have it memorized. Hold on, let me look at my phone here, and I can tell you. Okay. The number is 1-800-555 286 72.
Is there an extra number?
7.
Is that 1, 2, 3?
That was 7 numbers.
7, 8.
That
was
sounds
7
like
numbers.
I'm making it up, but yeah,
it does sound like you're making it up. What are you doing, man?
I would never do some
so
crazy shit like that.
So for short, you can just think of Gums Cam, 1-800 Gums Cam, or 1-800 Rags.
It's Cum Rags. It's just an easier way to CUMRAGS. I just now realized that's
1-800 Cum Rags.
1-800-555 Cum Rags.
1-800-555 Cum Rags.
Yeah, there are too many numbers. You're right.
There are a little bit too many numbers unless we push.
Yeah.
But it's gosh, I keep thinking we couldn't find anything that had more of a horror bent to it.
I tried 1-800-555 horror, and they said that's also too many numbers and totally made up, and you can have that. I tried cinematic suffering, they said you're just going in the opposite direction here, buddy.
Just keep going farther and farther away from those numbers. So yeah, I guess it's 1-800-555-CUM-RAGS.
Yeah, 1-800-555-CUM-RAGS.
So feel free to call us up on that line or shoot us a message on our Instagram page. We do have Instagram. We are now on Threads. If you're on Threads, please hit us up on
Thread
Threads.
it up. Yeah, Threads. So we can talk. We can watch Threads sometime and depress ourselves.
Oh yeah,
the actual
great one. And I think and Facebook too. If people are still on there, I guess you can use that. We have a Facebook page there.
Yeah, we got OnlyFans.
Yeah.
We don't have OnlyFans. Yeah.
Well, we don't.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm looking at you.
Mm.
Okay. Just getting awkward. Okay. All right, Clay. I guess that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for joining everyone. I am Jason.
I'm Clay. Claytonic.
And we'll see you suckers later. Check this out when I hit and record, dude. This is like solely this is technology up the ass.
All right, I'm waiting for it.
All right, here you go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hold on to your buttholes.